Hi everyone, my name's Nicole, and today I'm going to show you how to fold a miniature box. Miniature boxes are a great addition to any miniature scene because they're a great way to fill space, have something in the background, or if you have a special miniature you want to highlight, it's a great way to frame it and bring the eye right to it. So first things first, you're going to need to gather supplies. We got our glue, which I use Aleene's Fast Grab Tacky Glue because I like how quickly it grabs the edges of the paper together. You're going to need some scissors, a toothpick, a ball stylus, some tweezers, a ruler, and the miniature box you're going to fold. It's very easy to find these online. All you have to do is Google dollhouse miniature printable boxes, and you can find a bunch of different styles and different designs. If there's not one you like or you have a particular idea of what you want to do, all you need to do is find an outline that you like. Like this one has a nice folding lid. So if you liked the style but not necessarily the pattern, all you have to do is get some tracing paper, trace around the outside of the box. That way you just have the general shape down, and then you can use your created pattern and cut it out of any paper you like. So you can use special scrapbook paper, or if you just wanted some plain shipping type boxes in brown, you can do that as well. But today we're going to be working on this one. And with the magic of being prepared, I have one pre-cut. Just save us a little time. So one thing you'll note is the white tabs are still attached around the outside. Now that's very important. You want to keep these tabs attached because that's how you glue the box together. When I first did boxes, I didn't know that, and so I cut them off and made a lot more work for myself than I needed to. So you want to leave some kind of tab. That way it holds it together and you don't have to try to glue the tiny edges together. So it works a lot easier. I'm going to bring you down my hands just so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. You can see me a little bit better now. So we have our pre-cut box, but next step we have to crease the edges. Creasing the edges makes it easier to fold because you're giving an indent for the paper to follow when you fold it over. That way you have sharp, clean edges. And here is when you want to use your ruler. This gives you very clean edges. So I'm going to go ahead, put that down, line it along to the side, and just use the ball stylus to crease. I'll run it over a few times just to make sure the creased edge is deep, and you don't want to go through the paper. You just want to make sure that edge stays when you move the paper. I'll usually crease along all the sides going one direction, and then I'll flip over. Okay. And you'll see with the tabs, I cut along one of the sides. This is so we can fold them easier. They only need to be attached along one side so that they're next to a side, as you can see with this one. All right, and now we can start folding. So we're going to go ahead and do our bottom of our box first. So we're going to just fold these edges. And I'll pre-fold a little bit before I put glue on it. That way it's just a little easier and you're not trying to fiddle with everything while you're gluing. Just kind of just back and forth just a little. And that way, as you're forming your box, the edge is already bent. So you don't have to try to worry about messing up the edges you have glued already. There we go. And then last side. Perfect. So let's start our bottom. So we have that. I'm going to get some glue out. Because the fast grab sets a little quicker, it dries out pretty quick. So I usually wait until I'm ready and then I'll just pour out a dab of glue. You don't need much. You actually want to go a little bit light with the glue, and that way you don't make your paper soggy. Another helpful having thicker paper is it doesn't get soggy as easy. So you're going to just put a little bit of glue along the white tabs. These tabs are great for folding and then holding the glue as we glue things on. So you're going to go ahead and fold that side over. This is when your tweezers come in handy. You don't necessarily need them, but The tweezers are nice because they're some easy forced application, and you can get into tight corners. You don't need to hold for very long, just a few seconds. And that's usually enough time for the fast scrab tacky to get nice and stuck. All right, we have one side. So we're going to go ahead and get the other side. Just a little bit glue on the tab. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing, fold over. You can also use your fingers. I usually switch back and forth. It really depends what I'm doing. Your fingers are great because you can feel along the edges and you can feel exactly what you're holding on to. But the tweezers have a much sharper pointed tip, so it's easier to get into small crevices and hold it a little tighter than you can with your fingers because they're so pointed and precise. All right, now we have the bottom of our box. So we're going to get to the top. As you can see, this is kind of like a bakery box, like you'd get a bunch of donuts in. So this lid is hinged on. So all we need to do is start at the top. So we're going to fold over this little tab right here. Fold that over. All right, put a little glue on it. Fold over the front. Hold it tight for a sec. Move on to the other one. And sometimes what I'll do is after I hold it with my fingers, I'll go through with the tweezer just to make sure it's pressed in along the entire fold. I find that helps because even with your fingers, you might not get the glue squeezed into all the corners. So this does that easily. And you have your box. Now you could stop here if you wanted the box to be open, if you want to put something inside, or if you wanted a box that was closed, all you'd have to do is run some glue around the edges and glue it shut. There we go. You have your nice miniature box and it's all ready to go. Thank you for joining me today, and stay tuned for more videos coming up about different tips to help you start.